And it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to date yourself. I take myself out on dates. I'll go sit at a table by myself and have a nice little dinner. Or I'll just sit in the house, watch a movie, and I'm not depressed. Like, whatever it might be. I know a lot of times we'll have people that, they go to vices. So they'll start drinking. Mine was food. They'll go to drinking, they'll go to smoking. I don't care whether it's natural, as you call it, or whatever. It's a vice.
Yeah.
And so you have to identify your vices. The last thing I say is get a therapist immediately. As Black people, therapy was looked at like you were telling your business in the streets, right?
Yeah.
When I was growing up, I was like, at the second school, had a coach tell me, you'll never be good enough to touch the floor. So every day after that, it was my mission to touch the CIAA floor.
Wow.
The first 6 years of me doing CIAA, I never got paid.
Really?
Never got paid.
Did they pay for your travel, anything?
It takes longer in my opinion, for women to finally get their first check, let alone what they're supposed to get, because we get so caught up about the opportunity. And so then what people start trying to do is they want to pay you with the opportunity and be like, yo, it's going to be so dope. It's going to be real good. And, we really think you'll be good for it. And be like, okay, good. I'm good enough to be paid for it just as well as I'm good enough to be selected for it.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Young and Dumb Show. I know last week we had a really, really great episode. Y'all got a lot of gems. But this week, I'm sitting down with the author, CIAA host, mental toughness and leadership coach, Miss JayCee.
What's
How
up?
you
What's
feeling?
up? Yeah,
How you feeling?
It's a hell of an intro. I would
How
say
you
that.
feeling?
I'm good. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on the show. I really appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming here. I already know you about to drop the gems. You was already talking off camera, so I already know it's about to get spicy. So
yeah, let's do it.
I'm excited. So first, I want to talk to the people about, who is JayCee? What do you do?
So, I've done a multitude of things. I started out as an athlete. So one, I'm a former athlete. And then two, well, let me backtrack, because you asked a specific question that I think sometimes that's what we do. We tell what we do, but we don't tell who we are.
Yes.
And so I'm a simple person, right? I'm very introverted with my friends and extroverted with my job. I'm a sneakerhead. And outside of that, like I love music. I'm a former musician too. So
really, wow.
Yeah, I played drums for a few artists. So, and a former athlete. But, outside of that, like I'm a really just chill individual. I don't really do cliques. I got my people, but I can still be around everybody. But that's who I am.
Yeah.
What I do, on the other hand, is now I've been tasked with, I believe my assignment is helping former athletes understand who they are after the career is over, because that's what I went through. Most people see me as the host and the former radio personality and this motivational speaker and all these people that I've hung around or have been endorsed by and all these different things. But it started off from a basketball. That was my first love, will always be my first love. Never cheated on her or him, either way you want to put it. And at the end of the day, for me, that's what I did. But now, being able to have 2 books later, own my own company, consulting firm, and still get booked to do hosting engagements, speaking engagements, and still now back in coaching and stuff, those different things. I just look at it like I'm a person who had to find her way.
Wow. All right, so we about to talk about it.
Okay.
I will ask you this. How important is it to be in a mix when it comes to trends and stay on top of trends for your industry?
I am my trend. I am my trend. Going back to what you should do, should get in the room helps with the trend, right? So for me, like I said, I was a gap filler. For me, it was, let me see what's necessary, and that's what I'll bring to the company. Created my trend. I created my motion. And how I got in the room, even with E. David Shands used to have a company called Sleepless for Suckers. Well, Sleepless Nights. I'm sorry. There was a mentor group called Sleepless Nights. I was a part of Sleepless Nights. I knew I could speak, and I wanted to be on the same stage with E, Inc. David was just starting out at that time, and Jeremy. It was all on that one tour. Willie Moore Jr. was hosting it at that time. And I said, all right, I'm going to host the show one time. I know I am. That was in 2017. I hosted E's conference, largest conference he does, 120. That was, or did, because we're done with the 120 series. But that was that 3 years ago now? Or pre-COVID? Like right after it a little bit. And now it's like E know me by first name. Jeremy know me first name. Inky know me first name. Jamal, first name. That's Brody. Here's the thing. I had to realize I have to stop being in the room with them. Because the trend part of it all is me trying, like, then you get back into the comparison field where it's like, okay, Maul got his 5 pillars of faith, E on his UOU, Inky on, Jeremy on next level, Inky just on Inky. And I love it. And I'm like, I'm over here kid in a candy store. But everybody got their own trend. Now, while they might be partnering on a few things, they ain't overlapping their trend. Yeah. So everybody's still getting bread because they the leaders of the trend. So you want to be them, but you want to be you.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And you don't get how to be them until you understand how to be you. Because the trend is be yourself. So I'm the trend. I'm not trying to keep, now if you talking social media, right? Hit my girl Nikki Saunders all day. That's my girl right there. Yeah. This is Nikki Saunders, Nikki S, right? That's my dog. Nikki got it like hands down, right? Now she hit me with the add this wording, or you like if you talking like on videos and stuff.
I was talking about like trends in terms of like you see how you knew the TikTok?
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I have to stay on top of those trends because it helps me relate to the kids in the school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I think for me, I just use the sound. I'm not trying to do the dance though. I'm not. Y'all ain't never seen me dance on Instagram ever in my life. Why the hell am I about to do that?
Yeah, that's not true.
I ain't doing. I'm gonna be me. So the trend is me.
Right.
And because I know the best version of me, and I worked on how to show up for me every day after all of the depression and the suicidal and the emotional eating and the weight gain and all these other different identity crises. If I already went through an identity crisis, why the hell would I go back and try to figure out how to be another part of a trend when I'm the wave? I'm the trend and the wave. I need you to catch this ride. This is what you want to be on right here. You want to be the best version of you. And I got the words that's going to help you get to the best version of you because the path is laid out for you to be the best version of you. You could just use the same little trend of the sound, but you ain't got to do the dance. And so that's the reason why music is not going to be what it's supposed to be because everybody being the same person. Yeah. Ain't no individuals no more. Yeah. We all a group.
One sound come out, everybody trying to do that sound.
Yeah.
Everybody trying to do that beat.
Yeah. And I'm just like, no, that's the reason why I love Friday because Friday is on his own wave. He's doing him, right? So socially, I might do different wording or might put some audio behind it and stuff like that. But other than that, like, no, I don't want to be on that train. And so I had to stop being around them because I was too busy trying to be them.
Yeah.
But that's part of the reason why, and I'm going to say this and it's going to offend some folk and I don't really care. But that's part of the reason why, like, I won't go to seminary school. I won't go to seminary. I just, like, it ain't in me right now. I don't see it. Right now, no. Because I'm going to ask you, how many female motivational speakers do you know?
Not too many.
Name 5 male motivational speakers you know.
The 5 you just listed.
My point. You know why I say that?
Why?
Because the motivational speakers that you could probably list as for a female, they all have extra titles. Doctor, evangelist, pastor, bishop, first lady. I ain't want none of them. I just want to be me.
That's a fact.
And as women, we've become this thing where we don't trust a woman unless she got a title. She went to church. But women spend the most money. Women will spend the bread to go to the conference to see E, Jeremy, Jamal, Inky, all of them. Right? But their target audience is men. So they're bringing their boyfriends, husbands, wives. So that's the reason why, like, when they start doing these conferences, they be like, yeah, you bring your spouse free. Because they know the woman is buying it. The man ain't buying that. But they want the men in the room. How you get the men in the room? Target the spouse. Show you're a supportive husband. Show how you treat your wife and your kids on social media. Show how you a big brother.
Wow.
So for me, I want to be the best speaker that female athletes can adapt to post-career and in their career, where they trust the fact that they got somebody that's relatable, show up in jeans or sweatpants, and can do the heels too, and kill it. But you always gonna see me in probably like some chill stuff, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna show up as me.
Yeah.
Sneak ahead to the fault, literally. But I'm gonna show up as me.
Yeah.
And I don't have no pastoral, I don't have no evangelist. I ain't got nothing on none of them. I ain't got nothing on Real Talk Kim. I ain't got nothing on Sarah Jakes Roberts. I don't got nothing on none of the female speakers that's out here that's killing.
Yeah.
Right?
But you're still just as valuable.
They are necessary. But I'm just as necessary as they are without having the title of pastor, bishop, evangelist. We all doing evangelism. You don't need a title to say you evangelist. You don't need to be, in my opinion, you don't need to go to seminary school to be an evangelist. This is evangelism right here. When you watch the podcast or listen to other things or whatever, evangelism. We're all doing ministry in some form.
Wow.
Don't need the title in order to say that I'm doing ministry. My fight right now, my assignment is to show you how you can show up and don't have to, because a lot of us this generation, the fight is trying to get back to church. The fight was y'all thought it was glorified because y'all saw people riding around in different houses, cars, and all these other different things, and you weren't taught how to understand what your faith really does.
Yeah.
You wasn't taught that God gave his only son and his son died for all our sins. We're not going to hell for sinning. You're going to hell for not believing. I can't put you in a hell or heaven. But what you don't believe in will put you there yourself. So naturally, for me personally, I'm doing ministry now with no title. I don't want the title.
Yeah.
I want to be me.
Yeah, I always say to myself, I'm doing God's work. Literally. Like, I know the impact when I work in them schools and when them kids is like, yo, I didn't know that, or wow, you changed my life. It's God's work.
Yeah. I can't tell you, I was talking to my god sister, who's also my lawyer, and she was saying, I said, now she heavy in the Bible. I'm not. I ain't gonna tell you. I can't tell you where it is, but I know the story. And there was one story where, God showed up and he had the guy had I think 7 sons, and after the 6th one, it was basically the story of the black sheep. And he went through all the sons, and it might be more than them. Don't quote me on it, but I know where it is. I know where we're going with this. And he said, I don't know. And he showed him all the sons. And God said, no. Was this all? Are these all of the people that you have? And he said, no, I do have one that's out in the field. He go out in the field. He see him. In an imaginary sense, I will give you a vivid picture of looking at a person who has a dingy shirt on with some old jeans and some busted shoes, and he said, that's the one I want. You ain't gotta have on Balenciaga, Dior, Alexander McQueen, and it's nothing against these brands, Red Bottom, none of them. But God will use you in a space where you're the person that is the most jacked up person in the whole group. You be like, I want that one. I've been the most jacked up in all my friends, and God keep using. Every time I try to quit, somebody sends me a text message.
It's a fact.
Shoot me a DM. Everything. Transparently, I have literally been thinking about whether I was going to step away from everything. You sent me a DM saying I need you to be on the show.
Wow.
We still go through it.
Wow.
No matter how successful we become. Because when you right at the edge of the breakthrough, you will feel like quitting.
Nah.
And I know I'm close because I felt like quitting so many times. I walked away from my dream job last year. I walked away from radio.
Wow.
I walked away. I did not get fired, contrary to popular belief. I walked away on my own terms because money. Never talked about it publicly. I wanted more. I felt like I grew the fastest in 4 years. I went from doing overnights to morning radio, and you didn't want to pay me. I was getting paid $20 an hour
on radio
to do morning radio. I can't survive off that. I love my dream. But my assignment says I'm supposed to be paid too. They ain't tell me when. But I do know my abundance is supposed to happen and it's tied into something.
Wow.
And if you don't move, they won't either. It ain't an arrogant sense. It's just understanding value. I've been in the place where nobody valued me. I told you for 6 years, I paid for everything. Travel, where I stayed, how I got to and from the arena, everything. I paid for all of that for CIAA. 2 years ago was the first time I actually got paid what I wanted. I ain't have to argue. They called me, I ain't called them. I don't say that bragging. I say it because I finally had to put it in the atmosphere. God, if you want it for me, I'm waiting for you because I ain't calling nobody no more. The gigs that I've always had, God, if I'm supposed to keep having them, let me have them. But I'm not calling nobody when they know my talent. They are making money off of me from the energy and the impact I bring, and they can't pay me. There's no way. You're going to turn around and pay the same guy to come and do the job that this female can do at the same place and probably do it 10 times better. Yep. And you going to go and pay him, but you're not going to pay me. I can't fight this fight, but I can walk away from the energy.
That's a fact.
I can't.
Yeah. That's a fact. We gonna shift a little bit.
Come on, let's go. I'm sorry. I know. No. When I get in, I'm in.
No. But you're saying some really, really deep stuff, and I think it's important because for the people who are just starting out, you're really telling us the things that we need to watch out for. And these are serious problems. But I also had the question of how do you get booked, right? Starting out, like. If I am a young person, I want to become a motivational speaker. I want to become a host. Mm-hmm. How do I get booked?
Well, there are two different types. There are two different ones. I've just been fortunate enough to be able to understand how to market them both. Mm-hmm. But I'm kind of in a space now where I'm trying to figure out if I'm just going to walk away from one. I ain't going to say which one yet because I got a couple contracts on the table. Gotcha. keep my money going. So what I would suggest is in this day and age, the best thing is that content is key, right? So you got your content that you put out there, right? And make it look tasteful. Make your content look tasteful. In the beginning, we didn't really get, and truth be told, it's still a factor. Even if the video is not the most presentable, 9 times out of 10, people are going to listen to the video first before they watch it. So always make sure the audio is presentable.
Yeah, somebody told me that. Yep, audio.
That's the main thing. Visually, you can always improve. There's always going to be something that's changing. Yeah. There's always a new camera. So visually will always change, but audio will never change. It will always be, if I can't hear, what's the point? Because now, especially, and then if you're trying to get booked to speak and host, I don't want to see just photos. I need to hear your voice. I don't want to hear somebody else's musical track behind something that's supposed to show me your talent. So what I started doing was I started incorporating both. I knew you was gonna like the song and I know the algorithm favors it. Okay, cool. But then I'm like, at some point, drop that audio and put my voice in because they need to hear this is what the reason why they booked me. So the first thing I would say is 1, know your voice. 2, know your target audience. Like, what is it the things that you want to do? If you're a club host, you that don't mean you know how to do festivals. If you're a festival, that don't mean you know how to do the clubs. If you know how to do both, that still don't mean you know how to do radio. I've just been fortunate enough that I know how to talk, so I've been able to learn and gravitate to be able to do all 3. That 4, including speaking. And so you have to find your voice so you can find your lane. There's so many personalities that's on radio right now that are riding coattails of people just because they're cool with them that they still don't know who they are. And so what's gonna happen? They missing their own boat because they're too busy riding everybody else's boat. Like. We got the limbs. One of my favorite athletes right now is his name is Hansel Emmanuel. He's a basketball player and he has one arm. And he's playing at I think it's Peak Pay. I can't remember where he's playing. And a lot of people are trying to see what is going to be the thing when it comes down to the draft because we know we're going to enter in for the draft. We're trying to see who's going to pick him up because he only has one arm. Now, mind you, that falls against the Disability Act, right? But the boy be killing. He really be killing with one arm. Wow. And I mean, like, his arm is not cut like here. Like, he's literally cut all the way up.
Wow.
So I love it because he shows that there's no limitation to what we can do. I literally watched this. I've studied his highlight. And the main thing I love is one of his free throws. His free throws, when he does it, he has to gather the ball. So he has to have enough strength in his right arm to gather it up to his left so that way he can spin it and then he can get it right so he can form it.
Wow.
We got people out here that's so dang on lazy. My man playing with one arm and specific, and no limb, no nothing. He walks around showing it. We be too busy trying not to show what we done been through because we too busy trying to get judged. This man can get judged every day of his life. He was born with both and he had an accident and everything and something happened to his arm.
Wow.
So I use the example because there are spaces where showing up is just the most important thing. And I know I'm on a tangent. Give me your question one more time.
How do you get booked?
So I use that example because now you showing the best side of you and the worst side.
Mm-hmm.
And people booking transparency these days.
Yeah.
They're not just booking the talent, they booking the transparency. I done got outbooked because people was more transparent to me. I'll be honest.
So, okay, are you reaching out to people? Like, so not in the stage you are right now, but like think of like somebody.
Yeah, I still do.
So reaching out?
I still do. So
like,
yeah, I will DM crazily. Like, I'm not waiting on the team to do nothing.
So you're reaching out to people.
I'll reach out. So I'll reach out via DM if I find out something. And then what I'll do is I'll pass the information on to booking manager and then let them handle it. Because I'm that person that will still say, oh, don't worry about it. I got it because I love what I do. I'd be broke if it was left up to me.
Yeah.
I'd be broke. Take it. If you can do anything, get it out your hands.
Yeah.
Do not be the person that's determining your numbers because you will be broke. Because what you do, you're on assignment. So what you do, you love to do.
Yeah.
The thing you supposed to, when you know you're doing what you love in life, you do it and won't get paid.
That's a fact.
So you can't be broke. So get it out your hands. So I will reach out. I'll DM. I'll cold email. My favorite line is, can you point me in the direction of the decision maker? So my email, like I have a strategic email.
Yeah. Can you tell us, like, what's the game? Right. What's the source?
All right. So subject lines are very important.
Okay.
Always put attention.
Okay.
Right? But ATTN with the semicolon.
Yeah.
And I capitalize every first letter. It just makes it seem like it's a personal email. It's not gimmicky. But it also shows that it's important.
Yes.
So I'll do that. Then inside, I get very specific. I'm not doing no paragraphs because I know for a fact that email might be 8 sentences long. And that's including the signature. Because I know they only got about couple of seconds to a minute and a half to get through and cipher. But what happens is, if you can trigger an emotional sense within the first 2 sentences, you'll get them to read the whole thing. So what I like to do is I like to research the person I'm getting ready to email and then congratulate them on something that they recently did.
That's a gem.
So say it was, say I'm trying to get a job with, I don't know, an NFL team as a host, right? Who's a game day entertainment coordinator? Boom. Congratulations on an amazing season. I know you're getting ready to do something better, but the in-game team, y'all look phenomenal in y'all polos the other time. Out something simple, whatever it was. They're gonna respond because they're like, oh my God, you paid attention? And you don't know what they went through to get them polos. So I'm putting that in there. Now it's like, hey, listen, I just also wanted to know if you all had any opportunities as far as for in-game hosts. Do you audition? Or if you're not the correct person I should speak with, do you mind sharing whoever the decision maker's information is with me? Either way, congratulations again on a great season. And hopefully I can get one of them polos one day, right? Look forward to your response soon. Call to action in everything. Give a call to action. What do you want them to do? Did you want them to just read the email? Because that's what they did. But if you don't say, I'm looking forward to your response, or can you send me the information? I always leave with, I look forward to your response, because now this makes you feel like you have to respond to it.
Yeah.
So I always do that. And the signature piece, I put like an icon, whether it's my logo or a picture of myself, respectfully, or, yours truly, my direct email, which also is a forwarding email.
Yeah.
a direct telephone number, and the website.
Yeah.
And then I also put a link to my work in the email. Like, hey, I know you probably never heard of me. Here's some of my work, right? And then I also put a testimonial. So you asked me about trends. Going back real quick, but it also helps with how to get booked.
Yeah.
I stopped posting stuff about me and start posting what people would say. So in all of my videos recently, there's always a testimonial in it. Never fails. I want a testimonial in my video every time. I done had so many people copy my stuff now. Why nobody putting testimonials was separate at one point. Whole video of just random people just saying, no, you're going to see my work, plus you're going to hear the people talk about me in the background. I don't want to talk about me. I want them to talk about me. Because when people talk about me, it makes you saying, oh, wait a minute, hold on. They saying that, not you. Because you're going to talk about yourself like, I told you, when I was playing ball, I didn't want nobody better than me. I'm going to tell you that.
Yeah.
But when somebody else can say it.
Yeah, it's a different level.
My old middle school coach that coached me literally just went and talked to the basketball team before the championship game. And he told him, he's like, she was the baby Allen Iverson. I didn't say that. He did. Now they look at me like, yo, I heard you could play for real. Like, we seen you talk about it, but when everybody else can validate you and you ain't have to say nothing, that's when you know you've done your work.
Yeah.
That's when you know you've done your work. So, truth be told, that would be the main thing that I would say kind of gives with that.
Okay. So now my other question to that would be, how do you follow up with people?
Okay. So 2 ways. One thing I would say is, if you don't get a response within 2 to 3 days, my follow-up game is crazy. I'm putting the RE that would normally come for reply.
Yeah.
I'm putting the RE with the semicolon and then the same subject line and resend that whole email all again. Guarantee you I've always gotten a response.
Wow. So send the whole thing.
Resend the whole thing. You just put RE. Because it made it seem like they replied.
Yeah.
They don't know.
Now, and I notice other companies do that, and I'll literally click on the email.
Yeah.
I'll literally click on it because now I'm like, wait, what?
I'm like, I replied to this?
I'm like, what? Wait, we got a thread?
Yeah. 100%. Like, oh man, how did I miss this? I didn't.
Yeah.
But I did.
Yeah.
So now you're responding. Now they're going to respond. Okay, cool. And then aside from that, there's not too many emails or DMs that I don't get responded to now. Not because of who I am, but because of just my technique. And then as far as after about about 3 emails, I'm not.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm not begging.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
So when it comes to emails is one thing. When it comes to DMing, would you DM multiple times or?
Yeah, I just DM somebody the other day.
Okay.
Ask for the decision makers information and they pass my information along. If it come back to me, okay, cool. If not, okay, cool. I'm not too good I've realized there's still more work to do. And I'm still building a team around me. Like I still do a lot of the stuff by myself. So I'm that person that will, hey, how are you? I'm such and such. I have over 10 plus years in experience in sports and entertainment hosting, or I have 10 plus years in experience in motivational speaking. I'll drop a few of the top brands that I realize correlates with that industry. Now they have somebody that they reputably trust. Yeah. And then they're like, oh, hold on, they work with you too? Oh, wait a minute, hold on. And then it's like, all right, well, now let's talk. And mind you, like even with me trying to do, like I have a sports curriculum. The amount of money I charge for my sports curriculum, I already know that I want you to respond. But I know also what time and effort and energy I'm giving to it because it's necessary. Yeah. So it's as far as the DMs are concerned, just be strategic and realize that you hope they're gonna see it, and then don't get so caught up on the fact that people say that it says seen. I'm not bothered by that no more. We get so confused. We get so caught up in the fact that we want people to respond that we don't even take the grace enough to say
they saw the message.
They saw the message. All right, bet. Now you're on my radar. Now I'm on your radar. Which means I'm about to tag the hell out of you in all these videos going forward. Because what you're not going to do is leave me on red and not think that I'm not going to give you my follow-up. My follow-up game in email is the same in Instagram, on social media. I'm tagging you. I want you to respond. I'm not going to get defeated because all you did was see it. Now that I know you paying attention, I'm really going to give you something to see. At this point, you want to see, seen, great. We going to see together. Like, that's what's going to happen. Like, so, you just got being aggressive in the industry is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But too aggressive can come on as salesy. So, coming in, just having the strength to go at it and not be defeated per the first one. And even if you get no answer or you don't get the gig, okay, cool. I'm still tagging the hell out of you.
Yeah.
Because you're going to see what you missed.
Yeah. So what would you say? So you said 10 plus years of experience. What would you say to that first year, JayCee?
It's bigger than you. I told you earlier, I started a basketball team in my middle school back in 2005. I revitalized the basketball team. So the first team was 2003-2004. That was the boys basketball team. Boys basketball team hadn't had a team in over 20 years. I was the only girl in the county that was playing on the basketball team. Mm-hmm. After that, the following year, we had the first basketball team for girls in the history of the school. Mm-hmm. Last night, we just got our first state championship for girls basketball. Had I not started the team, not realizing what I was doing, because at that time, it was just me trying to play basketball at my school. Mm-hmm. To see how that thing came full throttle almost 20 years later, it's bigger than you.
It's a fact.
It's way bigger than you. Our lives are not just for us to see how good it can get for us, but we want to see how great it can get for those behind. And like you said, you looking at me and E and Jeremy and all these other different people and Rashad and Troy, and it's like, how do we make it better for you? We made it easier, but we handicapped y'all. And so now we have to figure out how to allow y'all to feel like y'all can still learn, be coached, and still be successful enough to say, the people that's coming behind me, I want them to have it easy, but I don't want them to go through what I went through when it came to as easy as it was. It still tripped us up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would definitely say that. Appreciate the process more. The process is not all it's cracked up to be, but when you appreciate it, you celebrate it more.
Yeah.
Which means you'll celebrate you more. The first 6 years, while I also wasn't paid for CIs, it was also the toughest years of my life. Because all I wanted to do was touch that floor in a jersey. I'm hosting on the floor. I'm the person that all eyes are still on me, as if I am still the person on the floor. Here's the thing that I didn't realize. I was getting a bigger platform where I was the star. The light was brightest on me because people didn't move unless I said something. Wow. When it came down to the basketball team, I had to share the spotlight. But I also had to be the person that was okay with passing the ball, being a great teammate, understanding how to create plays for others, how to create for myself, play on defense. I had to do everything and be selfless. In this situation, I get to be as selfless and selfish at the same time. And they could trip you up if you ain't ready for it. How to be selfish is to enjoy the moment of it. How to be selfless is to make sure they're enjoying it way more than I am.
Wow. Shabar.
And so as long as I have made sure they got more out of it, I've always fulfilled the job and the duty, not only of what I've been assigned to, but what the people booked me for. And their job is to make sure that the person that they choose to handle these things is the person that they can trust no matter what with their platform, and they don't have to do my job and theirs.
So I kind of have a follow-up question to the first question. Besides doing a really good job at what you did the first time, whether it's hosting or speaking, what's the process of getting rebooked again? Right? Because I know, like, for example, I was listening to Jeremy one time, and he was like, he sends them a thank you or this and that, and like it's a whole process, right? Do you do anything similar like that?
Nope. I don't do none of that. I should though. I probably should. I send out like emails. I try to stay within whatever the budget can allow, right? Like Jeremy at that time when he was starting to do it, Jeremy's budget was starting to increase. So he was able to send, donuts or go out of all those different things. And that was Jeremy, because I ain't never know E to do that. I ain't never know Jamal to do that.
Yeah.
Maul ain't even know he was a millionaire until he went to try to go get a loan, and they told him, bro, you know you're a millionaire, right? And Maul was like, what? So everybody process different. It don't mean you gotta go do that. Work for Jeremy. Yeah. Right? Everybody don't have to do the same thing. Yeah. Now, does it help? Yeah, because they thinking you thinking about them too, So I've sent holiday emails before. Yeah. With my family on them and things, whether it's Thanksgiving, Christmas, stuff like that, just saying, I appreciate you for choosing me, working with me this year, and hopefully we'll still be able to build off of it. But everybody want motion. Everybody want what's hot. Yeah. So it's up to my motion to keep me booked. Yeah. I don't think that if I continue to send you donuts and you continue to gain weight, that's gonna make you book me again. That's a fact. That's a fact. I think it's solely around testimonials and my job that I do when I get the opportunity. And in the event that I don't get the opportunity again, I better make sure that I maximize the hell out of that one that I got, because even if it's not that one, I better be able to get another one.
Yeah, that's a fact. So you also on tour with ET, as you just explained, right? That's super, super dope.
That was yeah.
On that tour, what would you say are like the top 3 things that you learned from ET or you gained from him, being under like his mentorship in a way?
He's a clown. He's definitely a jokester, for sure. He like to have fun, man. But when it's game time, he is locked in. Don't ask him no questions. Talk to everybody but he. Man, he taught me how to have fun, but he also taught me how to have the right people around you. And don't have the people around you that want to be you. Everybody that's around E didn't want to be E, but they wanted to experience what E has experienced. They don't want to be Eric Thomas. They want to be themselves, but experience the fullness of what he has.
Or be a part of what he's doing.
Correct.
Yeah.
But in their own way.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that I would say is just gamble, man. He talks about good debt and bad debt all the time. And he also talks about one of my favorite talks that E has ever done is called I Got Tired. I listen to it all the time. I listen to it before I go on stage. And in it talks about how he went to Maui, and it was for a wedding, and when they came and they were staying in like a raggedy, as he said, like a raggedy room. It wasn't raggedy to them. It wasn't the top of the top. And he told Dee Dee, which is his wife, he's like, I'm gonna bring my girl back one time, and we gonna come and we gonna have the top of the top. We gonna have the best of the best. I'm short forming it. He said one day, he pulled up to the house. He had just bought her a brand new S550 in cash. They drove that to the airport, flew first class, and he got her the balcony suite and had a chef in the joint. And he's like, because they was eating at Applebee's the first time they came. There wasn't nothing wrong with Applebee's, but he was like, yo, I know it's more to this, right? And he said, so, the aspiration of seeing what was versus what is like, how do you stay positive but still want more out of it? And then he also talks about how everybody always asking when it's their turn. And he was like, God said it's been your turn. It's like, but I can't want it more than you want it. And I listen to it every single show I have. And every time I need it, I listen to it. Because it's like, we always waiting for somebody to look out for us. And it's like, yo, I just got to push. And I just got to be able to get through. So those are like my top 3 E moments. But for sure, it's definitely him being a jokester. Because I thought he was the most serious person there is in America. Because of all his videos. And everybody be like, every time I listen to it, I just want to run through a wall. And I was like, I want my brain. Like, I don't want to run through a wall because of what he said. But I wanted to be in the room. And I was determined to be in the room outside of just being there. I wanted to serve in a capacity. I'd never forget where were we at? We were at 120 in Atlanta. This had to be I'm throwing, let's say 2020, right? I'm sitting in the back. I'm in tears. Maul just got off stage. I'm like, Maul got me out here looking like a soft thug. Like, what's going on, bro? Like, ugh. But I turned around. I looked at two of my friends, Jiggy, and I looked at my boy. I looked at my boy, Marshall. And I looked at them and I told them both. I said, if I'm not on that stage next year, it's my fault. That following year, I was on that stage.
Wow.
In Chicago.
Wow.
Which turned into 3 other tours.
Wow.
I was not playing. I put it in the atmosphere. That's the first thing. I said it to other people that understood the frequency. And it was already in a room where the frequency was filled with everybody who want to do better. I'm like, okay, cool. And then I went and did the work. When I got to Chicago, killed it. And that was the first time E had saw me on stage.
Wow.
E didn't even book me for the tour. I got booked because of my coach, Coach Val. And they was just like, all right. And she was like, yo, I don't know what it is, but they don't never pay for nobody to come do it. And they paying you. And they gonna cover your stuff. I was like, what? All right, let's go. I'm gonna go kill it. I said, but I told her then, I said, yo, they gonna pay for me. I said it. I said, they gonna pay for me. As soon as it happened, she was like, I don't know what it is. I said, I do. I told you. I ain't got to know how it happened. I knew it was going to happen, though. Because I can't be in the room with value givers and then I don't get the value. Like, I don't like people that talk about going after certain things and then when it come down to me actually trying to get it, like you trying to shortchange. No, don't do that to me.
Yeah. And
I traveled with him the whole tour.
Fine.
The whole 120, then UOU. Whole tour.
Wow. What would you say? Last few questions. What would you say are 3? I like to do things in 3s. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
Oh, it's good for the clips. It's good for the clips.
I'm not mad.
But yeah, what are 3 things? 3 skills or characteristics you feel like every good leader should have?
Great character. Great truth tellers around them that also live the truth that they're telling.
Okay.
And so that could be your friend group or whatever. And a belief system, whatever your higher power might be. As you all have heard and seen, I'm a full believer in God, and I firmly believe that I wouldn't even be alive if it wasn't for Him and the people that He had around me. Yeah, so those would be my 3 things.
Makes a lot of sense. And how important? Not even how important. What are some of the things that you do as a speaker and motivational speaker, a host, right? And a lot of times, a lot of people pulling from you, trying to get your energy. What are some of the things you do to make sure you're keeping yourself mentally healthy? From
Thanksgiving to about January. Well, this year I'm going a little longer. Probably about to the 3rd week of January. I don't take no gigs. I spend time with family. I shut the world out. I don't post on social media like that.
I appreciate you for coming. I appreciate you. Oh,
you're welcome.
I appreciate you.
You're welcome. You are totally welcome.
Thank you.
I just be with the fam, yo. Like, because everybody pulls on me. Now, if it's a gig that's going to cover whatever and do whatever, and it's valuable, I'm there. And even still, as I get more and more into it, I'm still kind of cutting that out. But for the most part, it's like everybody. The one thing I noticed when it comes to it, hosting is always about the next gig, right? Speaking is like that, but my motivation lives longer than my hosting. Because my impact resonates more. Yeah, I have people that walked up. I haven't posted a motivational clip since probably the first week of November. I have people walking up to me talking about old clips still. Like, I was like, what? I did a video. That video probably 10 years old. I had somebody walk up to me the other day and was like, no, I lied. I was on a coaching call. And the guy said the reason why I wanted to make sure I took the call too is because I saw a clip of you when you did the money thing and you made the people come up and they had to come get it. And you was talking about chances and choices and how people will have something directly in front of them, but still wait for somebody to hand it to them. That video about 10 years old. He talking to me about that in 2024.
Wow.
Well, it was 23 at that time. I was just like, what? So being intentional about my time and my effort, that also allows me to understand how much I charge. I do not charge for what I do. I charge for who you take me away from. You're taking me away from my family, my friends. You're not paying for my lifestyle. You're paying for the time I'm taking away from them.
That's a fact.
I love my mother and father. I'm fortunate enough to be. I say all the time, I'm in the anomaly category. My parents been married 30 years this year.
Wow.
And no scandals, no nothing. Worked through all their problems. Still learning how to get better with each other, but they still married. You taking me away from my parents. My dad's side of the family, my dad is the only person living on the side of the family right now. Immediate family.
Wow.
My mom, I lost both her biological father and her stepfather, which both my grandfathers. I only have my grandmother left. My one grandmother left.
Wow.
My mother lost her brother, so she only has her sister left. You taking me away from my family. My little brother, who looks up to me like I'm literally Magic Michael and everybody else Lisa Leslie wrapped in all in one, child. He just, my little brother, like literally, like he's like, my sister can't do nothing. Like you can't beat my sister. That's how he is.
Wow.
So it's not about, my aspiration to be married, have kids, things like that. Yeah. Until then, those are who you're pulling me from. So when they have, like, my dad got awarded Businessman of the Year, I was the one that was able to be there and present it to him because my time was able to go do that.
Yeah.
Me being able to be with the basketball team with the school, my time. You pay me for the time that I'm going to miss.
Because it's a sacrifice. When you're doing one thing, you're taking away from another thing.
And I promise you, I'll be on the first thing out of there.
Yeah.
Out of it. I got this thing where I go to Atlanta, I can't stay long because I get emotional because I love Atlanta so much. I really just want to get property there. I really do. But let's say I got a gig Thursday and it ends at 6. If there's a flight at 9, I'm going home.
Wow.
My flight could be Friday. I'm going home Thursday night because I'm too emotionally attached to Atlanta. I got to go. I got to go. I can't be in Atlanta that long. I just can't. It's so much Black excellence.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
There's so much Black excellence and there's so much collaboration that's there.
Yeah.
And because I've been able to sit in certain circles, like this time last year, I was sitting in my sesh with Pinky and Tasha and K Bachi and Jay Green and who else was in there? That room was Corey from Support Black Causes. Like, I mean, when I tell you that room was dumb, that room was crazy. And I'm sitting there, Rashawn Ali, shout out to sis. Like,
it's fire.
That room was, and of course Derek, like that room was crazy.
I'm putting that out there this year. I'm going to be on this.
Come on now, you gotta go to a sesh, yo. Pinky, put her in a sesh.
I'm going to be at a sesh.
Put her in a sesh, sis.
Nah, yeah.
Yeah, shout out to my girl Ace, DJ Ace Star. She was the reason why I got in the room. That was my dog.
That's fire. All right, so this is the last question I have for real.
I'm good.
What are 3 things, going back to 3, you feel like every good speaker should have to really like claim the room? Speaker and host or whatever.
Again, get out of your way.
Okay.
It's not about you.
Not about you, okay.
Understand who the audience is. So take a pre-engagement call. Always have questions to know who you're getting ready to speak to or host in front of if you can. You need to know the age range. You need to know what this company's been working on. Is there any mottos or books they've been reading that they're trying to make sure they enforce with the techniques and tactics of what they're trying to get across from their company or whatever it is or their audience. And that allows you to be able to go. You're not going in blind because outside of that, I mean, because even with like this, like CIAA step shows, right? Or even the in-arena host, I still need to know, okay, I got people coming from, now we have Bluefield College that's in the CIAA now, that's West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
I got to know what they like. I got to know how they move. I got to learn how to talk to them. You got Lincoln in Pennsylvania, and then you go as far down to Winston-Salem. All of those are different cultures.
Yeah.
Every last one of them.
Yeah.
Even Elizabeth City sits by Hampton and Norfolk State. So they not gonna move like the they might be looked at closer north to a Central and a A&T and a Winston-Salem, and you know what I'm saying? Like just all these
different cultures,
it's different
diverse,
movements.
Yeah.
So you gotta understand who your landscape is. Third thing, content. If you getting paid $500, find you somebody that'll shoot for $350 or $300 or $250, whatever it might be. But you do not go in a room without having a camera. Get you some audio. Your audio is the most important thing. I don't care if they shoot the wrong thing. Do they got the audio? Because you can always put that over some other footage.
Mm-hmm.
Content. You going forward, you will not walk in a room without a camera. And if you don't have nobody that got a camera, give them your iPhone, have them sit on the front row and have them record it. You bring a tripod and let it sit there and just tell them, make sure this don't stop till I stop.
No, that's a fact. I feel like my best moments is always not recorded.
No, I did my godbrother did this award show called Golden Night of Greatness. God, bro, I hope I come back and host. I'm just saying. He did this thing called, it was the inaugural one. And we actually paid homage to our brother Aaron Spears. And there was an intimate moment that I shared with A. We called him A. And it was caught on camera. So when I did my tribute at Central, I honestly almost I was gonna call Central, so I can't do it because A was so impactful to my life. And I wasn't even playing drums no more. And I went, I said, nah, I'm gonna do this. And we infused the content from the Golden Night of Greatness, which happened in like, let's say March. Mm-hmm. The gig was in November. Mm-hmm. And we took the footage from there and put it with that, and then I got my own clip. Wow. I tell my videographers, I don't care what it is, don't turn it off. Which also helped me be more mindful for what I say. Because baby, y'all talk about let me tell you something. Turn that mic off when you go in the bathroom. Yeah. And then also, it tell you gonna hear how you talk about people too. So I go back and listen to the audio. Cause now I'm more mindful of what I say about whatever, because I don't want nobody saying nothing about me. Yeah. So it's not because of what has been done, it's because of how can I get better. I'm still checking footage like I'm playing in the pro. Like I'm playing ball. Yeah. I'm watching footage and listening to audio same way. Every day.
So fact. All right, so now we're in our last segment. I like to call this segment Tuck It Ish segment, right? So what is one thing you're really, really passionate about?
People. Yeah, I'm very passionate about people. Like I have a heart for people. Like it's like people have done me so wrong and I still choose to be in the people business. Wow. So yeah,
this is your moment where you can talk your ish to anybody who ever doubted you, anybody who let you down.
Oh yeah, with a camera. Let me go there. I'm joking. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is your moment. So talk your ish.
Thank you. I ain't got nothing bad to say about you. I do realize that you did what you thought was best, but now I'm getting ready to allow God to do what's best for me. So I appreciate you for doubting me, underpaying me, not valuing me, not rebooking me, not calling me, not returning a call, not returning an email, not having a meeting, not having to sit down, not responding to a DM. I thank you. So thank you. Not hiring me. Thank you. I really, 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 truly appreciate it because I fully believe, as my Bishop Kim W. Brown from the Mount Lebanon Missionary Baptist Church in Chesapeake, Virginia has said, this is the year of release. So I let all of that go. Thank you for every coach who blackballed me, who never showed me my scholarships, who never gave me an opportunity, who showed me I was still capable. Thank you to every athletic director who overlooked me. Thank you for those who did believe. Because for the ones that did believe, you did keep me afloat. even when I wasn't able to believe in myself. But thank you for always pouring into me. Thank you for always showing me that there is light in dark ways. And last but not least, thank you to me. Because I was my own doubter and my own supporter. And so my doubt is no longer leading the pack, but my support and love and the system that I've set around me is. So I feel sorry for you suckers who did. Because it's finna be go time. And God already been in the blessing business. But yeah, it's getting ready to be a whole nother level. And if you've already been thinking that I've been doing this at a massive level,
you about to up it again. Up it again.
Keep trying to tell y'all, don't mess with a child of the king.
And what would you say is your favorite lyric about money or business?
Favorite lyric about money or business? It's not a hip hop song, it's a gospel song, actually. Jacqueline Carr. The song is called Change Your Story. And it's called Changing My Story. And she says it's like in a vamp. That's when we had real music. We had vamps, hooks, and bridges and stuff. And she said in the song, God's about to change your story. She just started listing all of these different things that you have been through. And matter of fact, I did a video about it. I was in the gym listening to it. And I just broke down crying.
Music would do that to you.
Literally, I was just like, what am I supposed to do now? Like, why are you doing this to me? Like, what? And I'm in the gym balling. And I'm full worship. Don't get me confused. I can't remember the specific line because you caught me off guard. But
no, you got it. You got it.
But Jacqueline Carr, Changing Your Story. And that song, man, I listened to that song. And other one, the Walls Group. Anything and Everything. That's what the song is called. And that song literally just speaks to, if you can have any and everything in the world, would it be greater to have everything tangible or a relationship with God? Simple. And to ask you, literally, what's better? And for me, I'm a tithe-paying, offering-bringing person that fully believes I'm not paid because I'm just that person. I'm paid because I fully believe and I sow seeds. I sow it back to the storehouse and I sow it in the ground. I'm like, here we go. And you got to be careful. Here's a gem. Stop putting good seed in bad soil. You keep parting energy into people that don't get it. Stop worrying about the ones that don't get it.
I feel like, did TD Jakes do something on that? Good soil, something like that.
We probably did. Yeah, it's always people talk about the soil.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, like, putting that good seed in that bad soil, you ain't gonna get nothing out of it. You don't get nothing. You just wasted your time.
Yeah. Yep. It's a fact.
That's how it goes.
That's a wrap. Do you have any last things to say to people?
Hey man, look, just cause you got time, don't think that you got time. Use every day, every hour, every minute, every second that you get. That breath is in your body. You wake up every day. That means God ain't through with you yet. You better take full advantage of it because people are dying fast and at a fast rate. And especially our young people, our creatives, our culture turners, our people that are taking our people out.
Yeah.
It is time for us to wake up and realize we control the narrative.
It's a fact.
When you realize what time it is and you realize how good you are, and it ain't because of all the clicks, the likes, the shares, or whatever it is that's coming on social media, you will be a better individual every single day and you will show up way more for yourself because you're not waiting for somebody else to validate who you are. You have already done that before. When you put your pants leg on like everybody else, you put your shoes on like everybody else, you put your socks on like everybody else, you women, men straight, the same, and men, y'all just do whatever it is y'all do, okay? And at the end of the day, if you have been giving 2 gifts every day with that left and that right eyeball opening, you better take full advantage, because that means God ain't through with you yet, but you don't know when your time is.
Yeah, it's a fact. Well, I appreciate you for coming on the platform. Thank you so
you.
much. You dropped a lot of gems. I learned a lot. I'm still stuck on the incon letter. Like, I'm still stuck on the incon letter, the reply email. Like, I got some gems. So I really, really appreciate you for coming and blessing the platform.
Nah, I'm grateful for
Thank you for your time. I wish you many, many more and greatness. And you about to get that bag. I feel it. You about to get that bag.
So are you. You already captured. Let's get it. Yeah.
All right. So make sure y'all tune in, like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure y'all tune in next week. Let's get it, y'all.